But when you arrived back at the scene of the crime with the policeman assigned to the beat, the kit you had dropped at the victim's side was no longer nearby. Anywhere nearby. Yes, on the upper side of the bare wheelchair where the victim was attacked. Near the size of the meager bouquet, if a single flower can be described. No doubt it was born in the wind across the street back into the gutter where it belongs. Meager?
Objection!
If that was the case, why didn't the Constable Beat not testify to the fact? I was supposed to see nothing was removed from it. Constable Beat swore to that other Scotland Yard honor. Belonged to me. It nothing to do with the case. That's why Warren didn't mention it, I'm sure. No, because sadly, that's not the only bouquet we're talking about here. More than one thing in that case is mysteriously the wrong way around. What are you talking about? Think about it. Besides Mr. Bouquet, this Mr. Gob's books. Bell's copy of the line Quiet, which was thrown out the window by his wife, which struck the pane pavement window and landed here on the west side of the street. Yet, it was actually found here on the upper side of the road in the victim's hand. Meanwhile, according to the testimony we heard from Miss Bouquet, should have been dropped here at the scene of the crime on the east side of the street. But in fact, it was actually found here on the upper side of the road, in front of Mrs. Gupper's house. There's no logical explanation for those things, unless somebody deliberately moved them. I'm trying to say, who are you talking to? It's like, I've always done something wrong. Call it nitpick, Mrs. Cobb. Deliberately meddling with the scene of a crime is a criminal offense, it's called. Tampering, Mrs. Nunn. The person responsible for the tampering cannot admit to it for a very subtle but recurrent reason. Tampering. You barely heard the term before. Tell us, my learned friend. Who would have possibly had cause to carry such elaborate deception? Counsel, I'm a demand you split this. Why? Only one person. You lovable Mr. Roy Beat. See, there's only one person who could have been. Constable Roy Beat, it was you! Policeman, remember Scotland Yard? Francis, why would you stop her like that? There's no one saying to my husband. No one quite works tirelessly for people of London. This is me. You said in your testimony that your husband asked you to go to nearby police, but the facts the officer and did. 15 minutes that you were absent from the scene. The only opportunity anyone had to have a temper. Looking it up, it's nonsense, all lies. The job for me with the rescuers, I thought it was him, he did it. But sure, doesn't mean we've ever seen him do it. And forgive me for pointing it out, but when you dropped your bouquet, Mrs. B, it was after the defendant had fled the scene.
Objection!
You split landowner his wife. Not only you come to a policeman as well. This isn't like one important thing. There's no information we're sample with. There's only one reason to commit such a reckless crime, to hide something. But he's right. It just happened to be there, that's all. Why would anyone have to do it? It makes sense. You do? Because there's nothing but empty threats. Yes, I think I have. I think I know what evidence. Fell to the ground. What the Bobby had to cover up our costs. What? Victim failed? You mean whether she was attacked? What are you talking about? I'm sorry we saw you, didn't we? They were in a different world. We saw it happen, remember? Right there, as everyone didn't know. It's not what everyone has led to believe, but in fact, it wasn't where the victim was stabbed at all. What? Well, some of this trial was the end concept. It's just that the court is dying to know when we're being friends.
Take that!
That's the other side of the road. I don't understand. Well, the evening in question, there's a car book for directly down the, over the window above. Your bouquet, Mr. Brett, never moved at all. What did move was the scene of the crime itself. Good gracious!
Objection!
Perhaps you haven't been listening to the ample testimony the court has heard. These witnesses both saw the moment the attack took place. That's right, I saw it with my own eyes. It's 5 o'clock in the evening, already dark. There was the typical fog on the ground. You saw the incident unfold and went to the victim's aid. What was the accident? That was actually on the west side of the Bio World. That's not true. Can't be. Comes to been. We then arranged for you to absent for a while by sending you for help. And during that 15 minutes you were away, you transferred the crime scene. Remove all the things shown in this print. The victim herself, the $4. Move everything, in fact, to prevent pavement on the other side of the Bio World. Extraordinary. Some people overlook one thing. What did he overlook? The bouquet episode. Exactly. Student told the coach just a few minutes ago about discovering the rose bouquet. Because like I said, it wasn't noticed until the morning as it lay near the street lamps cast no light. Yes, it can be seen in dark opposite. That's why it was only the bouquet that was found in the original position of the pavement on the west side of the Royal Ward. And that is the defense theory about really happening. How do you respond? Constable Boybeard. Did he fall asleep again? Oh, I didn't mean to nullify again. I haven't slept properly in a month. Didn't miss anything important. Oh boy, is it true? The lawyer says all lies, isn't it? No, because he's the most upstanding, most righteous man I've known. I had a dream, a terrible dream, of the things I did that night. Everything come out, everything exposed. Seems wasn't a dream at all. Golly! No, order! Oh, I don't know if there's the meaning of all this. Boy, why would you do something like this? Moving a corpse is a criminal offense, isn't it? He said, why would you do this? Expect women to tell you, your duty is to protect the good people of London town. And that's... Why about all this? Damaging the opposition for everything. Possible explanation. But why the particular evening? Constable Beat felt proud to move the scene of the crime. Think of one reason. And what she know? You. She really understand the mind of a Scotland Yard policeman. It looks like this firm who has uncovered the solid truth of the matter thus far. Leave it we finish to the court to hear this on a young theory. Comes defense, if you please. Yes, my lord. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna blow my nose. I need to blow my nose. There's elevator music. Let's get back into it. I think you better show us some evidence. Once my lord. Japan makes no difference where you come from. Emotions are the same. Here we go.
Take that!
Realize that I'm a foreigner on this land, and I have no only to survive from Japan. Which is why all this information about London's so-called Barbies is completely new to me. I've learned that the honorable patrolling the beach is the most demanding work in the world, for example. Keeping the peace, looking after the citizens on his beat, it's one of ways. There's no doubt the young Bobby is in charge for a great deal certainly. But for comes to beat, that day in question was special. Special how? On account of this bouquet? My lord. Yes. It was our very first wedding anniversary. Customer Beat had worked so hard to be able to afford this simple gift for his wife. He was so looking forward to taking her out for a celebratory meal. And he must meet someone upon a crime along the own road. He saw the shadowy figure through the fog and collapsed in the pavement ahead of them. It must have gone through the man's mind. Did Mr. People help a lot being married to a Bobby like me? Oh, my dear wife, how much I care. You won't call this sort of beat offer to me, lend to me, are you? Besides, among the rules of patrolling policemen says, when a crime is discovered on his beat, a police officer must assist with an additional investigation and help detectives. Constable Beat, wait, is that not the reason why you moved the whole scene for the crime that day? Yes. Everything you said, it's odd. That's it. It's all to do with the boundary of your beat. Exactly. To summarize, isn't actually killed on the constable Church's beat. Good gracious. Constable, you realize the gravity of what you've done? It's the first time since I became a copper, that I ever cussed God. Bless me, Pat. Pat must be sick somewhere. Over the scene, I had an intention of doing my duty as a police officer. Catch a report to the station as quickly as possible. Then it dawned on me. I realized where we were, where the victim was lying, and what that meant for me. When crime is discovered on this beat, a police officer must assist with this investigation and help detectives. Why here? Why did this happen here? Why tonight, of all nights? Why? Copper job to guard the scene of the crime, so I told Pat she had to go to the nearest police box and fetch whoever was on duty there. It was then, when I opened my mouth to speak, it just came out. I couldn't believe the words that were coming out of my own mouth. This is the next beat to my impact. So you have to go to the police box that covers it. Turn right a mile in case you see, and then you lied. Which puts my theory back on the board, baby. Wing wing for the good guy. Oh, wing wing for me. Hi, Officer Beat. Royal. Boy. Whatever your name is. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, you're fired. You're no longer gonna be comfortable. I just wanted just that one night to take my Patricia out for dinner. Boy, just that one night. You know, if this was on your beat, your evening of celebration would be ruined. So you decided to move the entire crime scene outside your jurisdiction. Across the street to the east pavement of Wild Road, which fell onto the neighboring beat care. See, I thought I was sure the victim was dead, you see. Beg your pardon? Of course she did. Otherwise my weight would never have left the poor woman on the freezing cold pavement. See you meaning now. God got me back for my sins, didn't he? That's why That's why I missed the rolls I bought for Pat. Oh boy, that was my fault. Should have never dropped her in such a dark place. I'm so sorry. Can you tell us, Constable? How many books did you move from one side of the wall to the other total? Oh, it was 4, definitely 4. Drop, I mentioned the 4th was being held by the one. Here's that book in the victim's hand. Well, all others was scattered haphazardly around on me. Well, that's because that's how I found it. Oh, you found it? What do you mean? When we first went into the scene, the victim was already holding the book. And so when I was moved, everything I made sure it was still in her hand. Why, that the victim was holding? Yes, no doubt. Got it. Interesting. An open shut case at the time, you see. There was only 2 people in the scene, and we both saw it happen. About which way you look at it, it had to be the fellow who went off who done that thought. You see how many? I think moving it all over the world would make a difference. I suppose that is for me now. I had it. My lord. Yes, Lord 6. I believe this includes the cross-examination of the witnesses. Constable, you may withdraw. Yes. Ms. Bucket, sir? You call Mr. Roy. What happened to him? For now, you are free to go home. The police will contact you in due course. Please don't punish my husband. This was all my fault. Because I'm always mourning at him for coming home late. Leave it now, Pat. Let's go home. I'm tired. Aww. Stay in Constable. Sir, let this be a lesson to you. And criminal investigation, every detail matters, however significant it may seem to you. Yes. So, have that lesson to your mind. And never again make that mistake of tampering with the scene of a crime. Never again, sir. You mean to say? Leave now. His trial's not over yet. Aww. You gotta work doubly hard, Constable. Double hard now. Okay, I get tears in my eyes just a bit. Starting my relations must say. I would thought third party transporting the entire streaming crime like that. A deep monologue. Nevertheless, there are some inflammable facts here, Prince. The accused, Mr. Sophie, is the only person who thought to have committed this crime. I disagree. Not that we know the true scene of the incident. There's something, someone else. A person who could be responsible for the knife in the victim's back. Forgive me for being pompous, but I believe the prosecution is probably well aware of this possibility already. X, is that true? Well, name the person if you will. If further investigation is warranted, question there's no objection to the trial continue.
Take that!
The defense would once again like to request the cross-examination of new witnesses, my lord. Once again, my assistant made the same request earlier. In order to finally reveal the truth about this case. Prepare that we cross-examine Junior number 4, Miss Jonah Garberry. Me? Oh, dear me.
Objection!
Request always been denied. The situation is very different now. Mrs. Cobb, answer me this. Do you want you were told? Tell me instant you engaged in a violent argument with your husband, Mr. Swinriver. Of course, the argument, my house fire was ignited. To clear the smoke from the window, your husband opened a window that leapt over the right road. But what of it? There's a spoke at your husband when he was cornered with his back against the window. Upon striking the panel of the open top hens cabinet window, the book plummeted directly down. Finding its way into what we know to be true scene of the incident. Yes, I said, what of it? During the argument, you embarrassed yourself with rage. As such, you threw down just books, but anything you could lay your hands on. So, let me ask you one more time, Mr. Cobb. This knife, the one removed from the victim's back. Have you really never laid eyes on it before? Don't recall it. Seriously? Supposed to remember everything I picked up and threw at my husband? Oh, wait, the man over there and all that regular said, remember the jury don't need to satisfy, didn't it? Oh, yes. I have no question of saying that. Oh, saying that at all, junior number 4. Juror number 4. Make no mistake. You jurors are not special in any way. You're not immune to the judicial process. You know something about this knife, madam. Let the truth come out. That's just a common garden knife. Would have come from anywhere. We have several like that at home. If one went missing, how would you expect me to know? What's that? Are you joking? You're saying please. Why are you saying please? Now listen to me. I refuse to believe all this nonsense. I couldn't bear the thought that I injured someone. Do you hear me? I couldn't bear it. Oh, the poor woman. So yes, I want evidence. I want to see hard evidence if you're going to insist on me. My fault. You're going to prove to me that I threw that knife at what you think. Come along. Chop chop. Take the stand, Joe. Back to the defense request to cross-examine this witness. Thank you, Lord. Gonna have to testify? Number 4. So you appreciate it. Having observed it with your own eyes today. Witness testimony can lead to the most extraordinary truths beyond honor. Which truths witnesses themselves may not even be aware of. What do you mean? So I ban you for under testimony, Mr. Scott. Mark my words, and this court of law today, we shall extract the truth. You concur, counselors? Certainly, my lord. Yes, I was hoping for, my lord. It's a strange feeling. Some surrounding this country actually feels real. In here, in the Old Bailey, I'm a lawyer. State your name and occupation. Yes. When your charges go up, I'm a junior juror and such like. Don't know if she's a housewife or maid or anymore. The testimony is quiet and in order to clarify matters in this case. Do you understand, madam? Yes, my lord. What took place in your house on that evening question? To hide the truth. You know, John, don't worry about it. I didn't know you were there, John. Wasn't only in the room that day or thing, was it? That doesn't satisfy as well, don't you? But what about your knee, dear? Don't worry about that. I hardly noticed it. I sort of tried to leave a comrade to face disciplinary actions alone. Oh, John. Sir, second former lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment of the 4th Northern Lumber Fusiliers, sir? With a fair share of action, I'll live in quiet lives as it were. Quiet life. Engage. Oh, yes, quite. I enjoyed the witness stands. Let me see. However, this court will not hear your testimony now, Joe number 4. Your husband. Count clearly and concisely the events in your home at the time of the incident. So, at once. Okay. Yes. So the day you went into, wife and I did have a bit of a scuffle. Can't recall the reason now. I knocked the canister knocked the candlestick over, set fire to the cupboard. Had it sawed out though, got the window. Well, I was picking up whatever I could find to throw at him. We have knives around our place. Can't say I noticed if one or two went missing. That volley thing in the victim's back really was one of our knives. You have a job proving it, I think. Well, I think it's like, oh, my bad. I threw this out the window because I might have stabbed this lady. Ain't like they're gonna throw you in prison. Quite the battlefield in your house, thought that. That's all it seems. They caught us on a loop, so we had no choice but to dig in and take defensive measures. To be honest, if the enemy has kept shelling us for a minute, we have been toast. Of course, if anyone such as myself, it's only too aware that every battlefield is just a gut whispers from death at any moment. And it's just fighting you barely notice. This may not be able to fall for more than they testify already. Alright, let's press everything and
Hold it!
that was right. But correctly, it was also because of a note that was stuck into a page of a book belonging to Mrs. Scott. What a passionate note, in fact. Mrs. Scott found the note, discovering her husband was a secret. She gave him a mighty number of slaps across the face for it, too. Sordid state of affairs. Hell on earth. I say, what chaps say he can't recall such thing is common sense not to drag it all up. Besides, half it was wide on the mark anyway. Likely story. What the hell did he do to make her that way?
Hold it!
Let's press this. Let's press the item furniture, didn't it? Bookcase, my armchair, anything of mine really. What happened? There was some bathwater while I was eating, so I slossed out about to put it out. It was a good situation to put yourself in. Oh, this is the 3-story townhouse on my side of the street. The water main isn't connected yet. Just draw water from a public water pump during the day if you need to use it. It's always moaning that they can't get any water at night. Although a little mustache Japanese man buys water on bottles of it. That's what you mean. Yes, he receives a strapping for his studies, you know, for his own country. Can you imagine being able to brew a pot of tea at all hours? He's obviously very well off. You see the state of that man? He uses all his own to buy books. First, I was able to douse the fire with water, fortunate.
Hold it!
Though the room was on fire. As I said at the time, it's more important to extinguish my anger than the flames. When a woman wants to throw, she wants to throw. She must throw. Certainly. It's not true of a supernatural takedown, but Sonando. She would know I was thinking that. So, please cast your mind back and try to remember. Was a knife among the items that you threw at your husband that day? Oh, I feel like what's the point of that? There's no monster. So, if that cat was just garlic.
Excuse me.
You have something to add, sir? This is Scott. Mr. Garby. Don't shoot, I beg your pardon, run. Well, just to bring something to mind. Nothing's good now. Just watch for projectiles, the old thing launched into my direction. Took more solid than she replies. Books, bricks, the fire poker, seems to recall. Ouch. Woman's aim is unaccurate. That creep over, we're not at home right now. Oh, Lord. Hear me. I'm so sorry, dear. She be doing with the teapot in here. I would have thrown such things at you.